Ever feel uncertain describing your pet's symptoms or discussing their care with a vet? This episode equips you with practical phrases to confidently communicate about appointments, issues, and medication. Discover how to talk about a lethargic pet and even use these versatile phrases for everyday situations, like keeping an eye on things. In a moment, you'll hear some practical conversations about talking to a pet vet. Listen closely to how people describe their pet's symptoms and ask questions about care.
These real-life samples will help you pick up useful phrases for your own visits. Let's jump into the practice samples.
Hello, Sunshine Animal Hospital. How can I help you?
Hi there, I need to make an appointment for my dog, Buster. He hasn't been himself lately.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What seems to be the problem?
Well, he's not eating much, and he seems really lethargic. It's been going on for a couple of days now.
Okay, I see. Has he thrown up or had any issues with his stool?
Not that I've noticed, just really low energy and no appetite.
We can get him in this afternoon at 3 or tomorrow morning at 9. Which works better for you?
Tomorrow morning at 9 would be perfect. We can make that work.
Great. What's your last name and phone number, please? Hi, Mr. Johnson. So, Buster isn't feeling well today, you said.
That's right, doctor. He started throwing up yesterday evening, and he had some loose stool this morning.
I understand. Has he been drinking water, or does he seem to be holding that down?
He's drinking, but he threw up the water a little while ago. He just seems really weak.
Okay, I'll take a look at him. Has he gotten into anything unusual, like plants or trash?
Not that I know of. We try to keep an eye on him, but sometimes he's sneaky.
It happens. We'll run some tests to figure out what's going on.
Sounds good. Just let us know what we need to do.
So, Buster has a stomach bug. I'm going to prescribe some medicine for him.
Okay, doctor. How often does he need to take this medicine?
Give him 1 pill twice a day with food. You'll need to finish the whole bottle, even if he seems better.
Got it. And are there any side effects we should watch out for?
Some pets might get a little drowsy, but generally, it's well tolerated. If he starts acting strange, give us a call.
Will do. Do we need to schedule a follow-up appointment?
Not unless he doesn't improve. Just make sure he drinks plenty of water and gets rest.
Great. Thanks for all your help, doctor.
Wow, those were some great examples of conversations you might have with your vet's office.
Definitely. In the first sample, the owner said his dog hasn't been himself lately and was lethargic. That's a good way to describe general unwellness.
Yes, and asking to make an appointment and using get him in for scheduling are very common phrases. When the receptionist asked, which works better for you? That's a polite way to offer choices.
Exactly. Then in the second conversation, the owner got more specific, saying Buster was throwing up and had loose stool. These are direct terms for common pet issues.
And the vet used take a look at him, which is a natural way to say examine. The owner also mentioned keep an eye on him when talking about Buster getting into things, meaning they watch him carefully.
That's a super useful phrasal verb. And when the vet said they'd run some tests to figure out what's going on, figure out is a perfect everyday choice for understanding a problem.
Moving to the third sample, asking, how often does he need to take this medicine? Is key for getting clear instructions, and the vet's advice to finish the whole bottle is crucial for treatment.
Right, plus side effects we should watch out for is a very important question. Watch out for means to be careful or look for specific things.
Absolutely. And if things go wrong, give us a call is direct and helpful. The vet also said, not unless he doesn't improve, which means only if he doesn't get better.
And finally, make sure he drinks plenty of water is a great way to give clear instructions for home care. These are all phrases you can definitely use right away.
The previous conversations highlighted some really useful phrases for talking about a pet's health.
Yes, exactly. When an animal just isn't acting right, saying, hasn't been himself lately, is a great, gentle way to start the conversation.
It definitely is. Or you could simply say, he's been a bit off, or something seems different with him. It signals general concern before getting specific.
And the term lethargic is excellent for indicating low energy. You might also describe it as your pet being unusually tired or lacking his usual spark.
Booking a visit is crucial. Asking to make an appointment is standard, but you'll also hear the phrase, get him in, quite often, meaning to schedule them for a consultation.
Right, an alternative could be, can we arrange a visit for him? Or is there a slot available to bring him in?
When offered choices, the question which works better for you is a very polite and common way to ask someone's preference. It's much softer than which do you want.
Absolutely. You could also phrase it as what time fits your schedule best, or do you have a preference between these two times?
Moving to symptoms, the owner got very direct with throwing up and loose stool. These are clear descriptions that help the vet understand the severity.
For sure, instead of those, you might hear he's been vomiting or he's had diarrhea. Both are commonly used terms.
When the vet said they'd take a look at him, that's everyday language for examination. It's a very natural way to say they'll inspect the animal.
You could also say the vet will examine him or she's going to check him over. All mean the same thing in context.
And the owner's remark about trying to keep an eye on him, when Buster might get into things, means they're trying to monitor his actions closely.
Precisely, that's like saying they're supervising him or they're watching his behavior. It's a very common phrase for general supervision.
When the vet mentioned they'd run some tests to figure out what's going on, figure out is a casual yet effective way to talk about understanding a problem.
It truly is. You could also say, we'll perform tests to determine the cause, or we need to find out what's causing this. Figure out just flows nicely.
For medication, asking, how often does he need to take this medicine, is vital for proper treatment. Another way to ask is, what's the medication schedule?
And the instruction to finish the whole bottle highlights the importance of completing the entire course, not just stopping when the pet seems better.
Yes, meaning administer all the prescribed pills, or don't stop the treatment early. It's key for a full recovery.
Asking about side effects we should watch out for is a crucial safety question. It means, are there any adverse reactions we should observe?
Right, or what reactions might we see? And the advice, give us a call if things go wrong, is straightforward. Contact us if you have concerns is another option.
Lastly, the vet's reply, not unless he doesn't improve, means only if his condition worsens. It tells you when to act without being overly wordy.
And the closing advice to make sure he drinks plenty of water is a clear, simple instruction for home care, similar to saying, ensure he stays well hydrated.
Beyond the vet's office, many of these phrases are used in everyday situations.
Let's take get him in, for instance. While used for scheduling a pet, You can use it for tasks or people.
Exactly. At work, you might hear, "Can we get that report in before lunch?" Meaning to submit it. Or if you're planning an event, "Let's try to get John in on the meeting."
That makes sense. Another good one is take a look at. After examining a pet, it's used for quickly reviewing something.
Like, "Could you take a look at these numbers for me?" When asking a colleague to check your work. Or with friends, "Let's take a look at the photos from last weekend."
Next, figure out. We heard it for diagnosing a pet, but it means to understand or solve something generally.
You're right, in daily life you might say, "I need to figure out how to fix this leaky faucet." Or, "Let's figure out what we're doing for dinner tonight."
Then there's keep an eye on. It means to monitor or watch something carefully.
Definitely, "Can you keep an eye on my luggage while I get coffee?" is a common request to a friend. Or, "Keep an eye on the clock, we have a meeting soon."
And finally, watch out for. It indicates being alert for potential issues or dangers.
Perfect. When shopping, you might hear, "Watch out for sales on electronics this month." Or a friend might warn, "Watch out for slick roads today, it rained overnight."
It's also interesting how we adjust our language to sound more relaxed or more polite, depending on the situation.
That's a great point. For example, if you're asking about an issue, you could say quite directly, "What's wrong?"
But if you're speaking to someone you don't know well, or in a more professional context, you might choose, "Could you describe the issue, please?"
Yes, it conveys the same request, but with a different tone. Another example is when you need help.
With a close friend, you might just say, "Hey, help me out with this." It's casual and direct.
Whereas in a different setting, you'd likely use, "Would you be able to assist me with this task?" It softens the request significantly.
Or think about canceling something. Among friends, "I need to cancel our plans for tonight" is perfectly acceptable.
True, but to a business or someone you don't know well, "I'd like to reschedule my appointment, if that's possible," sounds much more courteous.
It's about showing respect for the other person's time and situation.
Exactly, even a simple departure changes. "Gotta go" works fine with family.
But a more polite version would be, "I'll have to take my leave now," or "I need to head out." It provides a smoother exit.
So being aware of these subtle differences can help you navigate social and professional interactions more effectively in American English.
It's all about choosing the right phrase for the right moment. Practice using both styles. That's an excellent summary. Now, let's dive into some rapid-fire situations to put these communication skills to the test.
Sounds like fun. I'm ready for the challenge.
First scenario, your friend's laptop isn't turning on. How would you politely offer to help them diagnose the problem?
I'd suggest, "Let's try to figure out what's preventing it from starting up."
Good one. Next, your neighbor is going on vacation and asks if you can check their mail and plants. What's a common phrase to confirm you'll handle it?
I'd respond, "Absolutely. I'll keep an eye on things for you while you're away."
Perfect. And finally, you're trying to schedule a casual coffee meeting with a new acquaintance, offering them 2 different days. How do you politely ask about their availability?
I'd ask between Tuesday and Thursday, which day works best for your schedule.
Fantastic responses. These rapid-fire examples really highlight the flexibility of American English. Before we wrap up today, let's quickly review the 3 most important takeaways from our conversation.
First, when discussing a delicate issue like a pet's health, use gentle phrases such as, "He's been a little off," or "She hasn't been herself lately."
Secondly, remember to vary your expressions for practical actions. Instead of just make an appointment, try get him in, and for an examination, take a look at works well.
And my third tip is to always adapt your language to the situation, making your requests or observations more formal or casual as appropriate for the listener.
Excellent tips for anyone looking to improve their American English communication. Thank you for sharing your insights today.
My pleasure. Keep practicing these phrases, and your conversations will flow much more naturally. Don't forget to subscribe to double your vocabulary and hit that notification bell.